Let's go to Tim in Maryland. Thanks for holding. You're a trooper. Go ahead.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, Alex? It's great to talk to you. I'm a big fan about a lot of your products.
Thank you.
I got a question, but I just wanted to put this out here for people that really just don't understand what's going on. A lot of people just don't know the language of the way these people speak to us. They're letting us know exactly what they're doing. You can see it in the Hollywood, the political people, all the demonic symbolism they use. They're telling you who they worship, what side they're on. And pretty much, I get frustrated when people try to write you off, call you conspiracy theorists, or be like, oh, you're crazy, you think the Illuminati's going to get us. But, like, when you really dig deep into it and do your research, like, the average person doesn't even know what the Illuminati is or what it's even about or what the spider is in the middle of the web of the Illuminati. So once you figure that out and you figure out that it's more than a physical battle and that it's really a spiritual battle that we're getting that's coming upon us, and I honestly feel like you said about all the babies we've aborted, and I haven't done the right thing all my life, but I've got my life saved. I gave it to Christ, and and I know He's forgiven me. You know, I was like 15 years old, and I didn't know any better. I had an abortion, and you know, I ran the streets. I've done all sorts of stuff I'm not proud about. You know, like selling drugs, and you know, just being out on the corner, just not knowing that there's something better out here for all of us. Because like you talk to a lot of people in the inner city, and I live in Baltimore now, and I grew up in Texas, so it's like I go down to the city, and it's like you see a bum, and I don't mean no disrespect, but you see a bum on every corner, and it's heartbreaking. Because like you say about like people like George Bush, people they feel some kind of way when they give money to these people, like they're doing something good, but they don't know their real motive. They don't know their real agenda behind what they're doing. And then you see these veterans on the street. You see a guy with missing arm, a missing leg, begging for money, and it really just breaks my heart how insensitive people are to the common man that's standing right next to you. But you're going to willing to give your money to one of these, go listen to Hillary speak or go buy the newest Jay-Z CD, and you don't even know what Jay-Z represents. And like I was talking about with the spiritual about it, people are getting caught up. I really feel like we're being judged right now, honestly. I feel like, I'm not saying God is taking his hedge of protection off of us or anything like that. Definitely not the righteous that are, you know, trying to do right. But I feel like he's judging us. And I feel like
I agree. The hedge is beginning to drop. And we've only got a very short period to hit our knees, like, what is it, Hebrews 9, and seek God's face and repent of our wicked ways, and he will heal our land. And, you know, it's just like the thief on the cross or the murderer, and Christ says, tonight you'll be with me in paradise. Changing your heart is what's right. Admitting you did wrong, wanting to be a good person is the beginning of changing everything. And you're absolutely right that this great time of corruption is now upon us. The InfoWars crew absolutely loves coffee because we love being awake. And I am somewhat of a connoisseur of coffee. So many times you go to a restaurant or even to a coffee shop and the coffee tastes like garbage. And in all the different coffees I've tried, my favorite is grown in the high mountains, in shade, Arabica, on the border with Guatemala in southern Mexico by the Chiapas farmers. I make sure we've done the research. I make sure it's the very best product that we can offer you when I put my name on it. And I believe, and it's my taste, so you may differ, that this is the best coffee in the world from southern Mexico. Wake Up America Patriot Blend, 100% organic, Arabica shade grown. And then we have the Immune Support 100% organic coffee infused with a special type of mushroom known to boost the immunity.
This coffee is seriously so smooth. I normally have to douse my coffee with cream and sugar and cinnamon and all kinds of tasty treats, but this, I drink this black. It is so good.
Well, that's why I like it, is that it has a kick, it has really good caffeine in it, it has a good clean wake up that lasts for a long time, doesn't give me a headache, but it's so smooth, it's so delicious. Just try it out for yourself. I'm telling you, this is my favorite coffee. We went through a lot of trouble to bring you this. Just try it, and I think you'll be hooked like we are here at InfoWars. Well, folks, find out for yourself and support the information war today. It's all available at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. We need to rally around free speech worldwide, the First Amendment. We need to rally around getting people, political prisoners like Ross Ulbricht, freeross.org of the Silk Road, released. His mother pointed out when she went off air that he did not start it. I was incorrect. The feds are saying that. That's alleged. He didn't even start it. He just helped administer it and work on it. So that's an important point I should have made there. I misunderstood that. I haven't read their so-called case against him, just a lot of news articles about it, what the constitutional lawyers are saying about it, how dangerous it is. We're going to go back to your phone calls here in a moment. Please don't forget this hour is brought to you by mypatriotsupply.com/Alex. Great high-quality, non-GMO, storable foods that come in unique packaging that's the best out there in my view. It's the choice I've made for myself and my family. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex or 866-229-0927. The system wants you to be dependent on them. Try to become self-sufficient. Let's talk to Chris in Texas. Chris, you're on the air.
Alex, great presentation today.
Thank you.
I want to talk to you about the opportunity for opening up a new front in the info war. Just a few quick thoughts on it. You often refer to the rites of passage, which men or women come across that they cross over a threshold and develop into, to the next level of themselves. And what I think we're dealing with a lot of the people that are coming to this country from third world nations, so to speak, is that we're dealing with a whole group of people that have never been, they're stunted. They've never been allowed to understand what freedom is and what self-determination is. And although I am not for the illegal immigration, I do believe that we have the opportunity to speak directly to these people in their languages, to them.
Oh, yeah. Listen, the Democrats are reaching out to them, and that's how they're converting them over to them. That's why they want the poorest Latin Americans who've literally lived in dirt shacks and are just desperate to get food because they don't want the middle-class Latin Americans coming up here because they'd be great to get up here. I mean, they work hard, smart, got it all together. They want unwashed people up here because they'll fall right into the Democrats' hands.
The Democrats are giving them a fish. Why don't we teach them how to fish?
I agree, but the influx is so huge that we could never do that. I mean, even the feds aren't going to be able to handle these numbers.
Just a ground war, just another front. I agree with your views on the other points, and I'm not making a case for the illegal crossing and inundation.
No, I hear you, but we've got to convert them to liberty. We don't want to be enemies with these people. We want to understand that they're being directed and try. And actually, I found that they're probably some of the most receptive people out there, actually. So you're absolutely right. Great points. Thanks for holding to say that. We're in overdrive, taking your phone calls, moving quick. Steve in New York, thanks for holding. You're on the air.
Yeah, I think that Rick Perry and our Governor Cuomo up here are pretty much carbon copies of each other. They act the exact same way. The only thing that I wanted to say is that here last week on our local news, they have a mailing center up here. Its name is the Sikorsky Mailing Center. It's in Big Flats, New York, at the Elmira Corning Regional Airport. They wanted to put immigration facility in there. And the only reason why they got turned down, supposedly, was because of FAA regulations. And I'm just wondering if that might be a ruse to try to stop people from opposing it.
Absolutely. They're putting them on military bases. We caught them building a huge secret FEMA camp on the border last week. Our reporters are going back down there right now to bust them there, get them ready, and then deploy them. And then through different federal agencies with the $3.7 billion Obama wants, just for the summer, they pay Democrat families $6,000 a month for a new business to then get the illegals, get them driver's license, and get them ready to vote to take the guns. So it's a organized racketeering criminal operation. That's what Obama's doing with the border. Organized criminal op, hiding in plain view. They should all be arrested.
Agree. Yeah, that's pretty much all that I wanted
All right.
to say.
Great points, brother. Have a great day. MJ in Illinois, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Okay, right quick, Alex. When I heard about Rick Perry, I just wanted to say I didn't trust him because I think one of the reasons why he's doing this tactic is because I think he's positioning himself to potentially run for president in
Of course.
2016.
Yeah, no, that's why he wears glasses now. It's a reinvention of him. The big Republicans thought he would get in last time. I mean, they really like him.
One other quick point, Alex. I have a issue with Ted Cruz. The verdict is out with him as far as me trusting him. I know this past weekend the propagandist Glenn Beck was on the border handing out the soccer balls and the stuffed animals with the kids, serving meals, and Ted Cruz was alongside with him. A few months prior, Ted Cruz was at dinner with Newt Gingrich and a couple of other neocon talk show hosts.
Oh, I know.
So
listen, he's a lawyer. He's a politician. He's positioning himself to run and win for president. I just know he actually votes for guns. He actually votes against abortion. He actually votes to audit the Fed. He votes good. So, I mean, Rick Perry has a bunch of good talk. I mean, Ted Cruz says Obama's imploding the border on purpose and is scary and a tyrant. We don't hear that out of Rick Perry. We hear that out of Rand Paul. So, yeah, I mean, I totally trust Rand Paul. I 90% trust. I like Ted Cruz, but it's qualified because we don't know him long enough yet. And then when you talk about somebody like Newt Gingrich, I mean, give me a break. He wrote multiple books calling for world government and microchipping the entire population. I'm not kidding. So, I mean, Gingrich is horrible. I hear you. I appreciate your call, MJ. Jordan in North Carolina, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Jones. My name's Jordan. I'm from North Carolina.
Welcome.
20 years old. I just wanted to encourage you and thank you. You have young people listening, and I mean, I really feel like that's what matters right now. Not that other people and other generations don't matter, but I mean, my generation is the one that's going to have to deal with the majority of this. And
I agree. People have always said that, but now we're all going to get to deal with it. It's here. But yes, a lot of older folks have been set in their ways, and the globalists are targeting young people. Young people need to step up and be leaders like you're doing and let people know what's happening. And Ron Paul talks about it. The young people are really waking up right now. So it's a very positive thing.
Right, and exactly. That's what I'm getting at. I know this affects us all directly every day, whether we feel it, see it, or not. But what I wanted to ask you are what are things that I can really target on that are happening to my generation that I can be like, hey, look, this is right in your face, like whether you see it or not. I mean, it's so easy to try and talk to people about stuff like this.
Yeah, people are ready to hear now. And a lot of people think they're disempowered. So they think, oh, what can I do? Well, to teach them they have power, like buying organic. Alex Jones here for Infowars.com. We're going to be intensifying our efforts to awaken free humanity to the scourge of the globalist in the month of July. And starting this July 4th, we are going to slash prices in a celebration of true Americana, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, and the Declaration of Independence on all of the Made in America products that you will find at madein1776.com or InfoWarsStore.com. We're talking about Made in America belt buckles in brass and nickeled brass that state it loud and proud. Molon Labe. That's why we have the best-selling Made in America men's and women's Molon Labe Infowars.com shirts. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a win-win. You vote with your dollars. You support the most hardcore organization out there for promoting true ideas of libertarianism, constitutionalism, basic human empowerment. But more importantly, you get T-shirts and belt buckles so you can meet like-minded people. So you have a conversation starter with friends and family and coworkers. We are reaching out to each other. And you also throw it in the face of the anti-gunners and the rest of the parasites out there that you're a free man and woman and that you're not going to be a slave, that you're not going to be intimidated to shut up by their tyranny that they call political correctness. That's why in the month of July, we have got giant specials on everything at madein1776.com. But to expand the InfoWar, We're offering the biggest special in the history, 13 years of PrisonPlanet.tv, our multimedia platform. We're offering the equivalent of more than 5 months free right now when you get a membership at PrisonPlanet.tv, and you get 11 memberships that can be used with the same username and passcode so you can share it with friends and family. Now is the time to fund the war bonds. Now is the time to fund the info war. Now is the time to get aggressive. Now is the time to double down. Now is the time to realize you are the people that made the info war so successful and one of the leading lights worldwide against tyranny. You don't stand behind us, you stand right beside us, and I salute all of you on this July 4th, 2014, and going forward in the month of July and onward. This is about freedom worldwide and that desire for human dignity and self-determination that beats in the human breast. We are brothers and sisters together in the true spirit of liberty and the animating contest of liberty. And so I quote in closing the great Thomas Jefferson that I have sworn on the altar of God resistance against every form of tyranny. And never forget, if you are watching or listening to this transmission, you are the resistance.